Hey guys, Abs here. I'm going to be taking you through a demonstration of how you can work with proxies and how the IM Power Suite can accept your proxies, just to give you a better understanding of how to work with it. So under the Settings tab, guys, we're gonna click on Settings, and we want to go to Proxy Settings. So there's two ways that we can actually add proxies in here. Again, I don't recommend free proxies, but I'm sure there's many users that are going to still want to use the free proxies. So if that is the case with yourselves, then I'm going to show you how to do that now as well. So I haven't actually got any free proxies at hand, so I'm just going to go to a website that I know of called blackhatworld.com/blackhat-SEO and then /F103-proxy-lists. Now on here you'll see you do get threads daily updated, which are with shared proxies. So here's one here that was updated today. 1019 proxies checked with Scrapebox. Of course, these might be excellent for blog comments, but they're not going to be excellent for Web 2.0 sites. However, I'm sure many of you are still going to want to use it, so I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. So these are in the exact format that we want them to be in for the software to actually work and accept these. So the way these have actually been entered is you've got your IP, and then after your IP you've got a colon, and then you've got the port, and that's down, and the guys actually put them on here in that exact format that we need them, and we've actually done it in that format because majority of softwares do actually recognize them and give them in that format. So I'm going to paste them inside of here. As you can see, we've got 31 proxies, and I'm going to save as 31p. Okay, now I'm going to open up the IM Power Suite again, and over here I'm going to click on Import Proxy now, and I'm going to find that file. So I'm going to go to I'm going to type in 3, and there you go, we've got 31p. And as soon as I loaded that file, what you see there is every single one of them proxies has been imported inside of the IM Power Suite, and they've all been checked and selected as well. So now they're ready for testing. We can test them. We can click on Test Proxy. And what that will do, that opens up 5 threads at a time, and it's going to test each one of them proxies for you. If the proxy has been successful, it'll actually tell you what the anonymity level of that proxy is. So as you can see here, these two have been found as being successful, and the anonymity level here is Anonymous Elite, which is the best kind of ones. But again, guys, you know, there's a number of sites, there's a number of these proxy engines that really can't pick out a lot of difference between elite proxies and anonymous proxies, and there is quite a bit of difference there, and we're really looking for anonymous elite ones. And sometimes these free proxies aren't good either, because other users have actually used them to sign up to these Web 2.0 sites, and as a result the IP has already been tracked. So as you can see, this has gone over, and it's saying at the bottom of the status bar now that the proxy is done. We can go and the only ones that have been selected now are the ones that are actually working. So basically what the software's done has automatically sorted out for you, has already told you that, you know, these ones are working, and it will use these proxies for you. Now just before I go away and tell you exactly, you've got a number of filters up here. You can remove proxies by if you want to remove proxies, guys, you'd have to highlight the end row altogether, highlight the end row, and then click on Remove Selected, and that will remove them for you. So you just highlight the ones that you want to remove from the end, and you can remove them. Let me just get these removed now, just to make it much easier to explain. Okay, so we've only got checked proxies in there. As you can see, this one here, it didn't even return a result on that, so I'm going to delete that as well. Okay, so we've got about 5 or 6 elite proxies here. Well, that's what the system tells us anyway. So if you have them all checked, and say for example you're working with the IM Power Suite now, and you've loaded in a profile. So here's my previous profile that I loaded in there, and it is the only one profile. Because you've got these selected, the software is going to automatically recognize that you've got proxies loaded in here, and these are selected. As a result, all of your requests made for when you are actually signing up to these accounts here are going to go through these proxies. But how the proxies work and the management and the management of these proxies work, I'll be explaining to you now. But one common mistake that many users have made, and I've also made myself as well, is I've loaded proxies inside of here, and I haven't, and I've done my sign up, and I've closed down the IM Power Suite, and I've woken up tomorrow and I've wanted to do some more sign ups. This time I didn't want to use a proxy, so I didn't even bother going into the proxy settings menu, and I started to sign up, and it just wouldn't work. Every single one was a failure, and the reason behind it is because I had a dead proxy in there which was still selected. So it's very important that you either deselect them if you don't want to use a proxy, or you just delete them from there altogether. Now, the way these proxies work and the way the proxy management works is that if you've, say for example, loaded 3-4 profiles, so you've got 3-4 profiles in there now, and when you are actually signing up to the sites, you've told the software here that you want to do every single one of them, then what the software will do is it will, before it goes and attempts to sign up to any one of these Web 2.0 sites, it'll actually make a request to ensure that this proxy is working. If the proxy is working, it will continue and make that request and continue with the sign up process for you. If the proxy, and it will use that same proxy for all of the requests, and each request does begin with a proxy check, and if that proxy has been found or deemed useless or it isn't working anymore, then the software will automatically rotate from that dead proxy onto the next available proxy. Now, if a proxy is alive throughout the whole process and it doesn't die, then it will use that proxy for every single account, and when it goes over to profile number 2, for example, then it will automatically change a proxy and use a different account, so it doesn't automatically create more than one account per proxy, and that's exactly how it's been coded to do, unless of course you have used and checked select proxy, in which case it'll actually use the same proxy for all of your profiles unless you deselect it yourself. So that's how you work with proxies, and that's how you'd actually do all your checks on there as well. Now I'm going to delete these proxies here, and what I'll do, I'll actually load in a private proxy through here and show you how to enter and work with a private proxy. So give me 2 seconds while I go and get them details. Okay, so this is my anonymous proxy account. I've got 4 proxies noted down here. I'm going to copy the IP and I'm going to go over to the IM Power Suite, enter it in there. Oops, I've missed out a digit. Let me just go and grab that digit. No, I haven't. That is the digit there. And I'm going to use the IP auth port, not the user. Sorry, I'm going to use the user passport, which is the user password, and the port for that. So I'm going to enter that in there, and I'm going to enter my password, and I'm also going to enter my. Sorry, I'm going to enter my username, and now I'm going to enter my password. So let me just put that in there. Okay, so there goes the password, and now I'm going to click on Save Proxy, and as you'll see, it's actually come over to the bottom sidebar menu, and it's automatically selected. I'm going to test that proxy to make sure my details are correct, and as you can see, it's come back as successful and an anonymous elite proxy. You can do exactly the same by importing proxies in the same manner as well. So you'll put your IP :port :username :password, and then a new line for each one if you wanted to import them that way. So this is the way you'd actually use the proxies. This is the way that you'd use proxies with the IM Power Suite sign up script. So thank you very much, guys, and I hope this explains using proxies and working with the IM Power Suite much clearer. One last thing as well, capture services. If you don't have a capture account, then all you need to do is ensure when you're in the account sign up script here and you're about to press start, just disable the enable capture service, and you'll get pop-ups to actually work with instead. Other than that, thank you very much, guys, and I hope you find this much easier to work with.